In the meantime, the only thing we're really doing here is ploughing. So, you're fired. No, that's not the right thing to do. Let's call up the GPS and rotate 90 degrees. Auto size it and shift it to the right. Now, basically I'm lining up the blue line for the tractor because the center of the equipment is here, which is offset this side of the tractor. So to keep this lane here when we flip the plough, I need to offset the center line that the tractor's driving on. We'll turn that on. We will automatic offset reversal. We want that. No. So it's currently set on the right hand side, and every time I do a 180 degree turn it's going to automatically switch the offset side, and we'll see that in action in a minute. Now is lowered, GPS is engaged, or the steering is engaged, so we can now haul this down the field. How are we doing? We got a lot of diesel on board, so we're good. Not sure how damp the ground is at the moment. I can turn that map off. Don't need that active. So when we finish up this farm and go over to Farm Sim 19 with sort of part 2 of this playthrough, if you like, I will be learning how to use GPS, the new version. Because up until now I haven't used it on any Farm Sim 19 playthroughs. And since I've been using a lot of old small tractors, GPS with auto steering really isn't so much of a thing. Okay. And we're still selling our silage, so that's a good thing. That also means that we are why didn't that auto switch? Oh no, that is right. Straighten the wheels. Put that to there. So now you see we're driving on the left hand side with the plough trailing to the right. So the dirt is currently being pushed in this direction as we're driving down, I believe. No, it's been pushed to the left. So we scoop the dirt and turn it that way. And then when we come back the other way, we're still turning it in the same direction, so you don't end up with huge, great channels because you're churning it one way and then churning it the other. If I didn't turn it, then I'd end up with a mound of dirt on this side and a channel of dirt on this side when I come back the other way. And then what we're supposed to do is next time we plough it, we'll start this side of the field and be pushing the earth from our current view left to right to so we're distributing the earth alternately, this side 1 year and this side a few years later. In the intervening years we're just going to be cultivating it, which just kind of turns it over in place, rips up the surface. So yeah, we've already had feedback from the showing last night, and it's a family that came to the open house. I'm thinking it's the third family that came to the open house, because much of their comments were exactly the same as their open house comments. They like the house, but they're not entirely taken with the floor plan. But they want to come back. I'm turning that way too slightly. They want to come back in after Christmas to take another look and make a decision, which is a good thing. And I should know that now. So when we move to the new map, I will probably use this plough again. It's got a good working width. The tractors we use are quite capable of hauling it. I really have no complaints with it. I mean, obviously some of the culti ploughs are a little wider, but they also need about 150 more horsepower to haul them. Now this field is actually this field is not relatively flat. This field is an absolute pain in the butt. I discovered over there's a huge trough which was giving the harvester a hard time because of the width of the header. But really, yeah, it's the first huge problem I've discovered on this map. When you think of how many fields we actually own. Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, there was also in a couple of the forests, that forest's getting big up there. I'm not sure it's ready for harvest, but that's getting close. Probably harvest it next year at full length. But I've noticed some of the forests had a couple of floating trees. But again, the only way you find that out is by harvesting every tree on the map. And that's not actually that difficult. Most of the forests on this map are about 400 trees. And even just using a chainsaw, I can knock that back in less than a year, I think. I'm going to put that in travel mode. Oops. That doesn't work either, so whatever. The plough behaves a lot better behind an Axion because the Axion's only a two-wheel steer. This thing outturns everything. Oh, it looks like put that back on worker, and we'll jump out and jump in there. Okay, what's going on here? This is too high off the ground. Okay. See if we can arrange this a little better. This will probably end up taking a lot of rearranging to get it all working correctly, at least initially. Oh, wrong way. Keep backing up, and there we go. So that should hopefully pull that ridge off the front there. It's done. So that looks like we're going to catch all of it. That's not what I wanted to catch though. So, oh, that's where all the chaff came from, the other end of the yard. It's all me trying to empty it with the ramp. Ugh. Okay. Let's of course, you can't drop it where you want to drive. So we'll make a nice big pile over here. So I don't have to drive the ramp over it. Oh, and there's more. Oh. There we go. So stay away from that edge. Gotcha. Okay. Now I can park this in here where it's not within range of that. Let's turn the engine off. The pickup area will not sense this chaff anymore, which is what we were aiming for. And now move that to there. That looks okay. And then okay. Oh, that's not going to reach, is it? Okay. Okay. Leave that there for now. And we'll jump out. We'll move the ramp back a very slight touch. Oh. Good enough. Engine off, jump out. Let's wow. Stuff uncovers quickly. How much have we got in here, by the way? Oh, 858,000. Yeah, so this is from me emptying this silo with the ramp, and it kept picking up chaff. I should probably, I think I've got a bucket here, so I can put that on the Kramer and unload the chaff into one of the other bunkers. I'm fairly sure we are eventually going to need all 4 of these. For now, we'll just bring this around here. I'll get it lined up right. But I think in general what I have to do is I have to shorten the reach on the one that's already placed, put this one at the end and move the ramp down almost a full length. And then progressively extend the ramp as we go. Okay. It's probably as good a place as any. We'll turn that off. I'm going to run over here. Do I have a bucket here? It would appear I don't. Huh. Could go and get the Valtra. Since the cows are happy and fed. That one. And lift the bucket. And I'm not going to ship any of the silage off of this area until we have the main bunker refilled and the silage created. Then we can think about selling off the very last of the bales. So the next farm I'm planning to do possibly a little bit more prototypical British style farming. So we're not going to have the huge auger wagon, but we will have a couple of the smaller, still probably about 36,000 litre tipper trailers like the Brantner and various other sort of metal tippers, which means I'm going to need a few more mid-sized tractors like this one, and maybe fewer heavy tractors like the Zerians and Axions, although possibly not. So we'll see how much chaff we have here. Oh, that's a lot. That's not even half of it. Hold on, no, that's silage. Oh. Okay. I can get rid of that, no trouble. I didn't notice that. And oh, let's stick it in the bunker right in the front there then. Okay, everybody breathe in. Oops. Okay. Before we fetch the chaff, we will arrange this. That's kind of weird. There we go. Try and persuade it to lift that back patch a little bit further. Nice. All right. We're going to shuffle that forward as best we can. That'll do for now. Now we're going to get the chaff from the back of the yard. We'll try and keep the wheels on the ground as well. Okay, that's not quite so well. Still missed a bit. Oh, we're not even close to the ground. There we go. Is that going to do it? Yes. Okay. Wow, there really isn't much. Okay. Sadly, it's not something I can put anywhere useful at the moment, like down at the farm. And that's stack there. Is almost all of the loose chaff in the yard. So unfortunately, I'm going to need this bucket for the loose silage that's at the yard next time we feed the cows, so I can't keep the chaff in the bucket. And I can't put the chaff in the silage bunker at the yard, or at the farm, because it has silage in it. I can't put the chaff in there until I get rid of it. No, don't do that. No, still don't do that. I think maybe the only way we're going to get that chaff out of there is to use the ramp, because that's just not seeing it. So, with that bucket as full as I need it to be, I think what we'll do is we'll put that in there. And we will load that with chaff the next time we figure we need to make any down here. How's this doing? This has stopped. All you have to do is move it very, very slightly. There we go. Ah. There we go. So I'll let that keep running there for now, and then as soon as it stops the next time, I'll retract that ramp behind it. Still, 1.7 million. We are certainly making money here. Since it's still feeding. Run over here. Check that. That is 573,000 litres. Because I want that back to 100% as soon as we can. Actually, we're doing quite okay. We might only want one of those belts from over there. I might keep the tractor here so we can move the belt